built that set because the studio was trying to drown Kevin Costner. They let him make some weird movie, but they were hoping he'd drown on set. Hi, I'm
Craig.
From the LSTNT Podcast Network. It is my pleasure and honor to welcome you to Movies from Memory with hosts
Dante.
And
Craig.
This is our special original podcast series on which we try, through a haze of smoke and alcohol, to remember and summarize an important movie that we haven't seen in several years. We are a little vulgar and insensitive, but that's just our sense of humor, and it all comes from our passion and love of movies. Nay, cinema. Tonight is Hollywood's classic
Sci-fi adventure.
from 1995. We present
Waterworld.
starring
Michael Jeter.
and
Others.
as always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to check the bottoms of your popcorn buckets for holes. Someone might put their dick in there.
Check it out. I'm going through a Limp Bizkit phase right now, if you couldn't tell.
Have you?
A little bit.
Isn't that Beastie Boys, though? To check it out.
It is.
What,
I'm just trying to find the best white boy rap. And Logic ain't doing the trick. That's how Logic sounds in my ears.
This is, you can play this and Logic will show up.
Clown shoes and all.
Horn, yeah.
He comes in a little car, and like 20 of his friends jump out. They do like backflips out of the car.
I found this other recording of me when I first heard his music.
Is that like somebody
Really
throwing up like off a balcony or something?
Yeah, it took forever to hit the ground. There's some good ones on here.
Can't wait.
Oh, someone's at the door. We'll
Is it the
finish the
pizza?
podcast later.
Hello, welcome folks to another great edition of Movies from Memory. Spectacular, cinematic, you might say. I am your host, Dante. With me is Craig.
Pretty cinematic tonight.
We're going to be talking film, nay cinema. We got the popcorn, the drinks, the candy that we bought from the Dollar Tree.
Oh my God, and stuffed in our pockets.
Yeah. The
So we
security would
can't-
have beat us if they found it, but we
Yeah,
got it in here.
Beat the fuck out of us.
I put a Mike and Ike in my prison wallet.
We can't even go to the movies, but we're still sticking candy up our butt just to
Relive the memories,
experience,
the
and
nostalgia.
stuff, yeah. Speaking of memories,
We're going to be talking Waterworld today, folks. But before we do, we got to travel back to a special time. The distant year
to help refresh our memories
of 1995.
Yeah, so this is the second
All the way back.
episode in a row. We've traveled back to 95.
And we're going to give you
We've probably done it before, too. I don't even know.
most likely. But we're going to give you guys a bit of mood setting, if you will. Stuttering
It's
already.
Really exciting. Here it comes.
The Super Bowl champs of 1995, Craig.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was the San Diego Chargers taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And the Niners won, of course.
Won by a lot in that one.
Because they are great. Craig is a huge Raiders fan, so he has a whole different
And I know we're talking about
relationship.
movies, so you probably think we mean Raiders of the Lost Ark,
which
which I am a fan of that, too.
but the Oakland Raiders.
But also the Los Angeles Raiders. Or Oakland.
Yeah.
Or Las Vegas. I like when they were going to be the U.S. Raiders. That would have been sick as fuck.
Just the whole country is theirs.
Yeah.
1995, the top rated.
The top Raiders that year? Jeff Hostetler.
Give me some stats. I'm a stat man. Top rated TV shows were ER, Seinfeld.
That George Clooney's dreamy.
Oh, hell yeah. Friends, Caroline in the City. What's the deal with Caroline in the City?
Could Caroline in the City be any better of a show? Oh, hey, Chandler.
I'm just looking down, and I see at 13, Grace Under Fire.
Oh, Grace Under Fire. We've talked about that show, I'm pretty sure, on the podcast.
What was that? What was her name?
That was a great great show.
supposed
We might have talked about it on our podcast that we used to do about the NBC television sitcom Wings. Because that was a good podcast. We got to bring that back.
I mean, she kind of looks like Charlize Theron from Monster, but
she looks like she could be Charlize Theron's like brother, maybe, or like really masculine brother.
I'm just saying,
she's pretty funny.
That speaking of sexiest people alive in 1995, Brad Pitt was People Magazine's sexiest man alive.
Was he the sexiest woman that year or man? Because most men probably would have voted.
Well, actually, you say that, but the sexiest couple was Cindy Crawford and Richard Gere.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought for some reason you were going to say Richard Dreyfuss. I was like, he was with Cindy Crawford.
It was Richard Dreyfuss and Jenna Jameson.
Richard Dreyfuss and Bruce the Shark.
Yeah. And then the biggest toy of 1995, Craig.
How big was it?
Well, it was this big. Beanie Babies fucking topped the list. I know. What can you say?
Beanie Babies.
Yeah, not
Those
bad,
were a big
right?
deal. Yeah. I put my life savings into Beanie Babies, to be honest.
I was just
We brought it up.
maxing out credit cards nonstop, getting those Beanie Babies.
I'll take another Beanie Baby.
Beanie Baby bucks.
I got the Bald Eagle Beanie Baby. I try to get the New Year's Day one every year that's like purple and has the year printed on it.
What? And it has the funny glasses of the year.
Fucking hilarious glasses.
It's like 2021 this time. And it's like,
oh,
how can you see through those glasses?
Those are so wacky because they're sunglasses, but they say the numbers of the year or something.
It feels like I'm in Times Square if I wear them. That's a very
God. I think Dick Clark designed those.
Was that the film that we're talking about? 1995, Waterworld, baby. Not to get wet.
They didn't have the sexiest woman that year.
No,
I'm sure it was Jennifer Aniston or something.
Most likely. They had the sexiest mutant though, and that's Kevin Costner. A little picture called Waterworld.
The sexiest fish man.
Who's got the nicest skills? At a running time of 2 hours and 56 minutes.
Oh, hi, Kevin. Glad you could be here with us.
Waterworld was probably...
What was the runtime?
2 hours, 56 minutes.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Holy
it's a long one. I
shit.
remember it being a long one.
I do remember it being long. I forgot it was that long.
And it was like a giant bomb, too.
Yeah. And it's a huge, like, epic. Like, sprawling epic.
It's Mad Max in the water.
It's Mad Max in the water. I'm pretty sure the set they filmed it on, I'm pretty sure it was like the biggest set ever or something like that that had been built just for a movie.
Bigger than like Spartacus.
Yeah.
And shit like that.
Well, and I think they could, did a lot of stuff not technically on a set, like on location or something like. This was like a gigantic watery set.
Did they use the TLC Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls set?
It played during the filming of the movie the whole time while they filmed. So all the dialogue had to be dubbed in later because they couldn't keep that music in the background of all their dialogue.
That's a fortune in royalties.
Yeah. They built that set because the studio was trying to drown Kevin Costner and they let him make some weird movie, but they were hoping he'd drown on set.
And they would just like collect an insurance money or something.
Yeah. And then it might be a hit like based off of like the infamy
algorithm
of a guy trends. Dying in the movie.
Yeah, you're saying. Oh, like The Crow, like when Brandon Lee died.
Yeah.
It's like I kind of want to see that.
Oh my God. I know if I didn't want to see Brandon Lee kick some ace before.
No, he fires it up though. I love The Crow.
Died. Did they leave that shot in the movie of him being accidentally murdered?
No, unsurprisingly, rather.
Yeah. Bruce, no! I'm so sorry. Yeah. Or wait, sorry, it's Brandon, not Bruce.
He was long dead.
Bruce Jr.
Yeah. The Karate Master had already, been in the ground. I do.
That's the wrong one, sorry.
I like Bruce Lee here on the show.
Yeah, we like Bruce
fans.
Lee, sorry. Whoa, that was a real bullet? Someone check on Brandon. I'm so sorry.
We just recreated it. It wasn't on, Crazy. I'm sure that footage was lost somewhere. And then
It's so unnecessarily mean just because I had the sound effect, so I couldn't help myself.
So, Craig, Waterworld.
Yeah.
What comes to mind? First off, water, lots of it.
Yeah.
But Kevin Costner, in this movie, I do remember, he had a machine that he could go pee in the pee-pee, and it would turn his pee into, I don't know if it was water, technically.
Her name was Jean Triplehorn. That was the machine he could piss in.
It was called Golden Showers. No, he had a legit, I don't know what kind of like Waterworld magic was going on.
Yeah, it looks like steampunk technology or something.
Exactly, but he could pee in the machine,
Final
maybe
Fantasy VII.
throw a little bit of dirt in there or something, and then it was like drinkable.
And then it'd be
water,
yeah.
I'm assuming.
I can do the same thing. It's the machine I use to like purify it. It's called a pitcher. And I piss right into the pitcher, and then you can pour that into cups and enjoy it.
Sounds very scientific.
Very sanitary. Too.
I don't remember during the movie him offering that to anybody. Like, hey, would you like a drink?
Gene Triplehorn want a glass of water? I mean piss. I mean filtered.
I mean water.
Piss. I mean water.
I mean H2O. It's agua.
Gene, you just jump back in the ocean to swim away from me. Where are you going?
So the movie, as I remember it, starts off with Costner, the fish man, just by himself. A lone wolf or a lone shark.
The lonely stoner seems to free his mind at night. It's like he's a very Kid Cudi type character.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a lonesome loser. But, he's a loser, but he keeps on trying.
Keeps on trucking.
I remember that he's just being a fish man out in the ocean.
Embracing the life.
He's sailing. He has like this nice, not a yacht exactly.
Yeah, it's like a skipper or something. Yeah. Or skimmer. What is it called? It's something like that.
Something like that. I don't know my nautical terms
Hoist the jib.
Well.
I know he hoists the jib multiple times in the film. But yeah, it's basically like almost looks like a trampoline, but on each end of it are like pontoons.
Yes, exactly.
And then like a sail, I think.
I just wanted to jump on it as a kid. Just jump on the trampoline parts back and forth
probably
into the
water. 12 or 15 by 15. It's like a square. Yeah, it's not that big.
Great craftsmanship.
Craftsmanship's excellent, yeah.
By the Gill Man.
All the Gill Man, he built it himself.
So
what's his name in the movie? Fishy Boy or something like that? Gil?
Fishenstein. Gil Fishenstein. So he goes to like...
Jew Fishman?
He goes to some like water town or water city. And I think he's like...
His name's Gil? Because of... I forget.
Forget it. You'll figure it out one day. Yeah, he goes to like some city to trade dirt or something. Because he's a scavenger. He uses his mutant powers.
It's like you said, it's like Mad Max.
Yeah.
So it's like post-apocalyptic. Yeah, and that's true. He has an advantage as like a merchant or whatever, that he has these like fish powers.
Yeah, and then he can like swim. Because a
super sleek fish dick, but also gills.
Sleek.
So he can swim and breathe underwater.
His dick is just constantly scaling off.
His dick is scaling off. Sure, that'd be attractive.
Yeah. That was in the first draft of the script. They're like, I don't know.
They're like, some details can kind of just be left like to the imagination.
It's implied,
Yeah.
So he goes there, and I believe that he has like paper or something, or like...
Yeah, and the city is not on land.
No, it's on water.
He's been out on the ocean, and him like arriving at port of this like big town. It's still not on land. It's still out in the middle of the ocean everywhere as far as the eye can see. Yeah. And it's like a floating boat town, city.
Commune
city thing. You know what I'm not sure about? Does the city like float around freely, or is it like stationary? Like
I don't know. I don't know if they ever like get into that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just like anchored on the back of a Titan or something.
Oh my God. Yeah, there's like a gigantic like sea turtle.
Yeah, sea monster
it's
or
like
something.
3,000 feet long. Just swimming through the ocean. That'd be tight. That's kind of what I imagined it is.
That's kind of what I think the creation story is.
That's what I assumed.
Just a giant turtle riding on the back of another giant turtle.
Floating through space.
Exactly. It's very therapeutic.
Most logical. That or Mormonism.
Yeah, one of the two. Way to bring it back to Earth.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason they like turn on him because they find out he's a mutant. They find out that he's
Oh yeah,
things are a little fishy, you know.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And he's not acting coy at all. You know, he comes out and says it right away.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
And they're immediately like, let's kill this motherfucker.
We're having some sushi tonight, bitch.
And they're putting him in a cage. I remember that. They put him in like a cage.
Yeah.
And they're gonna
there's another
drown
guy
him,
in the cage.
But you'd think
right?
that like
yeah,
drowning him
really
probably wouldn't. Yeah, whatever.
They just have the cage underwater, and it's like weeks later, and he's just like talking to him, like, "Hey,
He's just
I
chilling.
can breathe in here. Let me out."
He's just been talking to like turtles and stuff. So all
Can
that's
he speak to sea animals? Is this Aquaman?
I'm pretty sure. So there's like raiders that come in and they break up.
Las Vegas Raiders. Derek
It's very
Carr
similar,
shows up?
actually. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Some of the '90s Raiders would have done this. Al Davis is on one of the jet skis.
Oh my.
But yeah, like Raiders come in and they fucking mess up the city. And
Oh, yeah.
Costner runs out. He gets on his boat.
Yeah, he's ready to take care of him.
Gene
single-handed.
Triplehorn and then a little
He's
girl.
armed with Gene Triplehorn
He's
and
armed,
a little girl.
readily armed.
Is that little girl? Isn't she in something else too?
I think she is. I think she's
is.
like an actress.
Yeah.
But well,
She's
obviously,
dope in that.
But
Yeah.
but she has like a map on her back.
Gene Triplehorn is marriage material. In
Oh
this
yeah,
film.
she's definitely wifey material.
Yeah, he's Costner's trying to wife her up the whole time, or Gil or whatever his character's name is.
Fishman. So he finds the map on her back, right? And they're like, "Oh,
He comes on her back, but that's not really important to this scene in the movie.
That's not important."
Oh, you said the map.
There's a map
on the little girl's back.
girl's back.
Yikes! Sorry.
Yeah. There's
I got Gene Triplehorn on the mind.
Yeah, no. Oh, I don't blame you.
Started
there.
on her.
Yeah, Basic Instinct. Check it out, guys. Great scenes. Yeah, but so she has a map on her back, and they're going to dry land, and that's pretty much like.
Yeah. So pretty much all the characters we meet in the show have never seen dry land. I think, right?
They've just heard stories about it.
They've heard tell.
Yeah, the
There's
land
dry land
before
out there somewhere. Don't they think it's one of the poles, like the South Pole or something? They think.
I think so. I
can't
don't know.
remember.
They have all kinds of nutty.
Or is it Everest?
Methods and ways
it's
and
supposed to be
traditions.
Mount Everest, right? Wouldn't it be that? If it were the last land on Earth.
I wish it was
the
Mount
highest
Everest
point.
for Mountain Mike's right now. Is what I'm
my
saying. Because
God,
I'm feeling a
Mountain
little.
Mike's Pizza.
I'm feeling a little.
Yeah.
Hungry.
Yeah. Oh my God, we
there's
miss Art on this show, by the way, and Mr. E.
There's
who were on our last episode.
What's so sad about I second that.
Mm-hmm.
What's so sad about this water apocalypse world? There's no pizza.
Yeah, none that the audience is privy to, and it's pretty sad.
I mean, I guess
it's
it could be out there
dystopian
somewhere.
image for sure.
There's no ice cream. There's no pizza.
Yeah.
There's no weed. I don't think.
You know we got to bring him up. Perhaps the most tragic character in the film, my favorite character maybe, is the guy who lives
at the bottom of that oil
in the,
well.
Oil or fuel
Yes.
tank, and he's floating in like a little boat.
He's like in the belly of this giant oil tanker, and he's just
black.
and they keep him in shrouded in darkness.
Boat. Yeah,
and
in
he's
like a
just
little Klamath boat
there to measure how much oil is like.
He has a long ass like stick thing that he sticks down into the oil, so he can like feel where the bottom is.
I guess that's their oil surplus.
Yeah,
he can measure it.
I also thought like a horrible Twilight Zone idea would be like if he dropped that stick and it like went under completely under, and he's just like. And
they told him go fish it out, go swim for it. At the map point of Costner getting the map and the girl and everything, Gene Triplehorn
tattooed on the little girl's back.
It's just like him going against Dennis Hopper. I remember that Dennis Hopper.
We haven't brought him up. He's the biggest.
He's the big bad
eye-popping thing in the movie. Yeah.
He's a brilliant actor. I don't know what he's doing in this.
So over the top.
He's also in Super Mario Brothers in the 90s.
It's
he's
similar. He had like an
shit.
energy for a while there that it was crazy, unhinged. And I remember like first seeing this movie, And that stuck out the most to me is like, dude, what is going on with that psycho Dennis Hopper? And he's so like over the top and trying too hard and just like
he's really
doing a
chewing
bad
up the scenery.
chewing the scenery. And it's so stupid, and I hated it. Then like seeing the movie just like a couple times like later, years later, I kind of came around. Yeah. And like it's almost like a lot of like Nick Cage performances where it's like kind of ridiculous, but it's also like
it's Waterworld,
entertaining.
So it's
fuck.
also
it's like,
he definitely goes for it. Like kind of. Yeah, it just gives the movie a different vibe. And just, like, he makes it legit because he's, like, such a big, name and everything. It's so weird to me at the same time.
And he's very disrespectful to the little guy in the oil tank, the little man in the boat. Yeah. Very condescending.
Yeah, we do not agree of that.
And the guy has, like, little steampunk goggles on and shit.
He looks like he could be anywhere between 50 and 70, but I couldn't tell you.
Or 120.
And he's pale.
Yeah,
like, oh God, but he's just been down there who knows how long.
And when they open up that little lid at the top, that must like blaze his eyes. His eyes must be just dead.
I don't remember like a lot more besides like that there were some nutty battle scenes and everything.
The little girl has a map on her back.
Yeah.
The mom has Kevin Costner's cum on her back.
Yes.
And it's splattered in the exact shape of the treasure map too. It's crazy.
Serendipity right there. Serendipitous.
Oh my God.
So
and he jumped back on the boat. He's back.
I remember like he's gonna do a trade with this guy that's been out to sea for too long. And he's like, I got paper.
Is that one of the guys in the city?
That's one of the just guys that he meets out on the water.
Oh, just out. Oh God.
And he's been out there for too long. And he wants to I think he wants to buy the little girl at first, and then he's like, I want to buy Jean Triplehorn
for just a bang doll.
I think like he's offering an orange tree.
Oh yeah,
like with one orange on it, and he's like,
yeah, her
deal. Costner doesn't even.
The tree's gonna bloom more often than Jean Triplehorn does. Yeah. Costner's like, deal, bro.
She's like, fuck, you didn't have to say that. You didn't have to be a dick about it. But he's like, she's going to do that, which is, it's horrible. You don't want to like have to fucking pay with your body to some crazy dude.
Yeah.
These are, this is like apocalyptic.
These are trying times.
Yeah, exactly. This is the water world.
Yeah, this isn't right. This isn't land world. This is water world.
There's no laws here. All of this is international waters.
No maritime laws around here.
And Costner's like, no, he's an Indian giver there. He does a take-seas, back-seas. Like,
he does, right?
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm just gonna.
He changes his mind.
I'm just gonna kill you and take all your shit.
Is that what he does?
Yeah, pretty much.
And keeps the orange tree and
keeps the tree, yeah, because he's trying to make the last cup of orange juice with it.
Oh, and on Earth? Oh my God!
On this water Earth of ours.
Oh,
it's finally. God. It's 100% water, baby. So, yeah.
You're welcome.
After that, seriously, I cannot remember much of the movie, but...
Well, I remember, too, at one point, it might be earlier before he gets to the town. Mm-hmm. And it might be the whole thing, like we were talking about, he kind of tries to, like, buy and trade and, like, sell stuff to make money, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, one of the big things he does is he can get dirt. Which is one of my favorite premises about the movie. It's so comic booky. This is this future where there's no land. We're all on the water and people are surviving in boats and shit. And so if there's no land, there's water. What would be like a super scarce, material?
Yeah,
It'd
commodity.
Be dirt. Yeah.
Oh
That's so silly. So like, Costner must have been smoking so much weed because it was like,
he probably loved that idea.
Will be the most precious.
Well, what's the most precious resource in Mad Max? It's like oil, probably.
It's like oil, I think,
oil
right?
And water.
Yeah.
And they already have the water.
Pussy.
That goes without saying, but.
And thank you.
The audience loved that for some reason.
Thank you, guys. But. Yeah, but he trades in dirt. Like we were talking about. So. That's what we were saying. He uses his powers. He's able to swim deep down with like this big jar Or maybe maybe the jar's actually a different scene. He goes down, I think,
yeah.
with some kind of bag or something. It's like a sack or something like that.
A satchel.
And swims all the way, I guess. Also, like a fish, he can like pressurize his body or something so he can swim depths.
And he has the gills.
And has the
He can
gills
breathe.
behind his ears. So they're kind of cosmetically hides him behind his ears. That was... Evolution did him well there. But yeah, so he swims all the way down to like... He must go to like a shallow part of the ocean too, I guess.
I guess, but he's finding...
But he swims all the way to the ground and like
cities
scoops up
and
dirt.
stuff at some point.
Oh yeah, he finds the ruins of cities.
And he brings Gene Triplehorn down
That's
there.
what the
'cause he's
jar
like-
thing was. He brings Gene and the girl, right? Or just Gene?
I think it was just Gene, but he's like,
And brings her
cities
down.
exist, babe.
Yeah. It's
Boy,
pretty much...
boy, howdy.
It's a
I'm gonna
ripoff
show you.
of... might have been a year earlier, actually, but I can't remember. But it's a ripoff, basically, of the I Can Show You the World scene in Aladdin.
Yes.
Where Aladdin brings Jasmine on his magic carpet and shows her around Agrabah. Except... Except the only difference is it's Gene in a jar that's like...
Pressurized.
Has an air bubble in it.
Yeah. It's
And
like a
Kevin
little mini
Costner
submarine,
is
but it's
dragging
clear.
it under, yeah. That would be so hard to pull that.
I just
with it
remember
full of air.
where he brings her down to the city, and then he leaves her there, and he has this like quick wank with this turtle.
He jacks off to the turtle or on the turtle? I don't remember this.
And there's like a barracuda that swims
Quick
by.
wank. And
Yeah,
an
he has
eel.
a jerk session, and she's like, "Can we get out of here?"
And she gets electrocuted by an eel, but he's like, actually, that was my dick.
Yes.
I don't remember what we were talking
But something about an electric eel, but we had to stop.
yeah,
The wires got crossed.
Wires got crossed. The puppy dog pulled the plug out of the wall. Technical difficulties. But yeah, his Kevin Costner's character, his penis is pretty much like an electric eel in this film. So anyway,
Back to the story.
but what was the point
Back
of
to
him
dry land.
taking his bae down to check out the?
I think he
ruins
just
of,
wanted
like,
to show
Manhattan,
off.
just to show off, right?
And
to kind of big
and
dick,
to prove to her
to swing his dick around a
big
little bit.
fish dick energy. I think he just wanted to prove to her, like, hey, the rumors are true. You know, the world did exist before the water world
Yeah,
that we're in right now.
You thought you were wet when you met me, and you didn't know I was a fish man. Bitch, now you're really gonna be wet.
Oh, man.
Because he's a fish, so he's wet.
It
so
be
he
like a
causes her to be
complete.
more wet.
Wouldn't it be a trip if he like was also like male and female? Like he could carry his own eggs, almost
That'd
like
be
a
tight.
like
seahorses.
seahorse
Don't
or
they
something.
Carry the egg. The male carries.
Like
the
she's
egg?
like,
That'd be sick. He bangs her, but
yeah.
she's like, it's so weird. I didn't get pregnant, but like you've been kind of getting a belly lately. What's up with that?
You've been those love handles.
like,
I mean,
oh, my
you've been eating a lot of
species.
seaweed.
My species, when I insert the penis, it actually sucks the eggs out of the woman. And
I'm
I
ovulating.
deal with them inside of myself.
This is the
And honestly, I'm ovulating. You shouldn't have even brought it up. I'm kind of pissed off.
Kind of
I'm
cranky.
going to sit down and put my feet up.
My
I'm on-
boys are howling. These puppies
These
are howling.
fishies are howling. I'm on paternity leave.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's just. I mean, it would have been a more
crack
interesting
open a fish
film.
beer.
That's just the idea. Just throwing that out there. A
just
fish
throwing that
beer.
out there. Who directed this jam?
This stinker. I don't know. Here, I'll look it up real
Some
quick.
genius.
So
Yeah.
I don't. Do you remember anything else from it?
It was great.com. I remember that Jack Black is in this movie.
A
Yeah,
little known
he's up in
actor named
this.
Jack Black.
Yeah, he's in this as a pilot.
Like
There's
a pig,
some-
pig pirate, I believe.
Pig pilot.
Pig pirate pilot.
He's a pig pilot, like that Studio Ghibli movie that has the pig guy and the
The alliteration on this show is just outstanding.
pig pilots. But yeah, it's. I think it's before he'd been in like hardly anything. Jack Black, and so there's some nutty action scenes in this movie, like big time kind of practical.
Lots of jet skis.
With a lot of jet ski action.
If you were a fan
wave
of
running,
Jet
all over.
Moto or Wave Runner, see this movie.
Oh my god, what was or Wave Racer?
Wave
Whatever,
Racer,
yeah.
thank you.
Wave
Jet Moto,
Racer
I played that on
64.
PS1.
That's right, Jet Moto.
Outstanding.
But yeah,
we had Mountain Dew sponsorships in that one.
They are skiing the jet and they're running the waves.
There's lots of explosions.
Wave Runner sales went through the fucking roof after this movie dropped.
They went up 300%.
But they also, remember, they do something where, like, when the bad guys attack, I can't even remember.
They're like submerged
I thought
under the
what's his
wave.
name was the bad guy, Dennis Hopper, but
He
there's
is.
like other bad guys attacking him or something.
There's multiple clans.
Like, because who did he fight?
I think
Like, who attacked the city? I don't even remember.
I think that was like Kevin Costner's homeboys, because there's another group of like good guys.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, and then they take a hot air balloon ride later on in the film.
Weren't they bad though? I can't remember. See, I thought they were bad.
Well,
the ones
hey, man,
invading.
I mean, what's your definition of bad? Because this is Waterworld.
That's true. It's kind of
And anything goes,
Wild
baby.
West. But yeah, the Gene Triplehorn and the kid escape on the hot air balloon, right, out of the city.
And I think
When it's
Costner
being attacked.
goes with them.
Oh, I think he does, right? God, I
Think.
can't remember.
But there's that weird, like, goofy guy from The Green Mile.
Isn't he in? He's in something else too. Yeah,
That Delacroix French guy from The Green Mile. He's in that, and he's like, he's kind of a spastic.
Kind of
and
a
he's like,
spastic.
He's talking about like alchemy and all types of crazy shit, but he's like, we can go to dry land in my hot air balloon. There is a way.
You're right, you old pervert. We know that thing doesn't work.
This is the way.
and then Grogu shows up.
But I think they finally do make it to dry land.
But I love that there's like action scenes, like you said, where there's a shitload of like battle boats, like attack boats with guns mounted on them and shit. And then they also have like an air fleet with Jack Black and some other pilots.
And his homies.
But not many of them. No. And then there's the jet skis, like you said, somehow are traveling like submerged.
They're like chained under the
boat. Physics are thrown out the window ocean in this film. But somehow then they shoot up at the right time.
Yeah.
And then I thought they even hit like a ramp, didn't they, to get over the walls?
Yeah, I think that they put those up, kind of like battering rams.
Yeah.
But
they put them up. They like set them up, and then
I'd love to know where they are when they're not there.
Yeah, it's like in Power Rangers how the Zords just like come out of the water and out of the ground
somewhere,
and shit.
Yeah.
It's like
they're just taking out
do they always
coral
go back
reefs
to the
and
same
shit.
Place? Yeah,
every time they come up, it's like destroying fishing boats.
Yeah. So I don't know, but they're so over the top and like expensive and like, practical or real or whatever you call it. Definitely not practical.
Yeah.
in that sense, but
they are real.
Not
They're really there.
Not like not computer graphics. Like they actually got a bunch of fuckers to jump on wave runners.
Yeah, so
that
there's
look
like
they're from Fallout 4. And
there's a human being piloting.
Yeah, and so it's like
craft.
Big shots of a shitload of vehicles and people and.
This would actually
action.
Waterworld would be a much better video game, like a Fallout video game. Now that I'm thinking of it,
that would be amazing. Yeah, like a Fallout,
and that way you wouldn't like spend $150 million on it, or I guess back in 1995.
It was just like a video game.
Yeah.
So in '95 it was $150 million.
Yeah,
because now that would be like
insane,
closer to $1 billion or something. That'd be like $700 million or something. That's crazy.
Budget was $175.
One of the most expensive movies ever, I think.
Yes.
And they didn't even come close to making the movie money back, right? Yeah.
They thought it was going to be fucking Dances with Wolves on Water.
Part 2, yeah. No, they really did think Mad Max on water, right?
Yeah.
And it kind of looks like that. It's kind of like these big, successful executives are just like, oh, I got it. Mad Max on water. It's like movies aren't that easy
to a property that already exists. They're like, but in space,
we can
in water,
we can squeeze some money out of that. And go in the makeup chair, Costner, and put them gills on. Let's make this.
Put those gills on, boy.
Oh my god, he was really fishing for a compliment when he made the movie.
Well, he got it. I mean, he got another bite at the apple because there's Waterworld.
I bet he got paid more than Scale.
Yeah, he also got Postman, which is even more of a boring idea.
Yeah, it really is.
It's just like if Waterworld wasn't on water, And it was just not about a mutant, but about a guy that wanted to be a postman. And Tom Petty's in the movie.
And he just wanted to deliver mail. That was it.
I just want to be
his dream.
Be left alone to deliver mail. My only dream in life.
Tom Petty's in that.
Yeah. He's like, and Costner.
Down a dream.
Costner recognizes Tom Petty. He's like, hey, He's like, hey, didn't you used to play music, or you were a musician? And
Mary
he's
Jane's
like,
Last Dance?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago. Me and my heartbreakers.
Aren't you that postman?
Aren't you that postman?
Petty recognizes
down
him.
A dream.
Which is insane.
He
right?
recognized. Oh, I'm not really a big deal, Mr. Postman, but I think you're swell. You're the famous one. Can I get your autograph? Oh my God. Last Dance with Mary Jane.
Oh my God.
Petty's a G.
He I don't know what Petty was fucking. Oh, he was probably just high. That's why he did it.
I'm learning to fly
with my postman friend. Kevin Costner coming down is the hardest thing.
And then when he made Waterworld, he was learning to swim.
Oh, no. Learning to swim, but I ain't got gills.
But I ain't got gills.
All right, this is off
I'm collecting a bunch of dirt so I can sell it in the floating city.
With my best girl, Triple Horn.
As long as Jack Black doesn't shoot us.
Well, she's got a back map.
Oh
it's pretty much a tramp stamp.
Back map. Yeah, she had a tramp stamp, and she also had like a Monster Energy logo tattooed on her hip too. It was kind of trashy.
And Surge. There's
but the map like turned out to actually be pretty helpful.
Yeah.
So
go figure.
That's cool. But so at the end, they do end up making it to dry the land. They find the dry land.
Dry land is real.
And they get to feel the sand on their feet, on his little web-toed feet. Kevin Costner.
I get to feel the sand between my webs.
He's all, I can feel the sand between my toes. Well, technically speaking, I can't because they're webbed, but you know what I mean. I feel the sand against my toes.
Wouldn't that be great?
Against my flippers.
If like all of a sudden it turned out he had like a tail too this whole time.
I didn't tell you about my tail? Could have sworn I told you that. I know.
I figured you knew about that the whole time.
You knew about my webbed fingers, hands, and my webbed dick. How do you have a webbed dick?
I don't know, man. That's beyond my pay grade.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. We'll have to leave that to like the doctors and scientists out there.
Leave that one to Fauci.
Figure that out next episode. Yeah, Fauci and smart guys like him.
But thank you everybody for listening to Movies from Memory. This has been Waterworld.
We're so glad you have listened.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It feels cheesy to say that, but it really does help with the algorithm and getting us views. So
thanks for getting us over 100 subscribers.
Yeah, over 100 subscribers. And
hopefully you've probably checked out Anaconda, the Anaconda podcast. That might be why you're here. So welcome for that.
Welcome, friends. And strangers.
Next time we'll probably have Art on.
Yeah.
And
maybe Mr. E too, eventually. Because there's a special episode coming up with him. So
special episode.
Yeah.
Plus we got Let's Spend the Night Together, our other podcast.
Yeah, so check out the channel. Let us know what you guys think.
Yeah.
All right, Movies from Memory. It's been Craig Dante. Bye, folks.
Bye.
Yeah, it was funny the whole time I was
Finally, I can... There we go.
It's old enough to bleed. It's old enough for butchering, Craig.
Oh, my God.
Big Lenny said that. Go figure.
He's yucky.
He's a freak.
All right, we're walking around in Japan.
All right.
I think it's ready for fucking.